Hey, what's going on today, guys? It's Trey. Welcome back to the channel. As always, welcome back to sunny, beautiful Germany. So, this video, I've been wanting to make this video for a few months now, and honestly, I've just continuously put it off and put it off and put it off, and I think now's the right time to talk about it because it's something that I've been thinking about every day. It's something that has stuck with me every day since it's happened. But I really just want to talk to you guys about what happened to us while we were in the Czech Republic. Now, before I get into this story, I do want to preface that I am an American living here in Stuttgart, Germany, under something called SOFA status. So I'm not a German citizen per se, but we have been granted the ability to live here in Germany. So back in May, my wife and I had wanted to go on a trip somewhere here in Europe. And I personally wanted to go to like Italy, or I wanted to go to Ireland, or I wanted to explore somewhere in Germany that we haven't been. And my wife, on the other hand, she wanted to go to Prague specifically. She wanted to visit the Czech Republic since it's a place that we have never been. So I wasn't too thrilled about the idea. Her, on the other hand, she was really excited because she's heard a lot of great things about it. But me, on the other hand, I really never heard too much about the Czech Republic. I certainly never really heard too much about Prague, especially being from the US. It's not really a place that gets talked about too much. So finally, we ended up going to Prague in the Czech Republic. And guys, I've got to say, to this day, Prague is one of the best cities that I've ever been to in the world, not only in Europe, but in the world. And, I was dreading it so much. I don't know why. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that in the US, when we think of, the Czech Republic or Hungary or really anywhere in Eastern Europe, it doesn't get the best reputation for some reason. Like, I really don't know why that is. The three things that people always think of in the US when they think of Eastern Europe is they think that it's unsafe, they think that the people are mean, and they think that it's war-torn, or they think that it's, destroyed for some reason. That's what people always think of in the US when really anywhere in Eastern Europe gets mentioned. And guys, I'm going to be the first to tell you that is absolutely horrible. Right? It ended, like I said, it ended up being the best place that we have been to in Europe and one of the best places that we've ever been on the planet. And for good reason. There was so much to see and do. The food was amazing. The history, the culture, the people, everything about Prague and everything about the Czech Republic while we were there was amazing. And I know you guys are going to get a good kick out of, the safety aspect, because the US is probably one of the most unsafe places you can be on the planet. Not in the Western world, but on the planet. For the most part, the US is a very unsafe place. So I find it kind of ironic that, nationally speaking, there's this thought out there that Eastern Europe is a drastically violent place or a drastically unsafe place. And I'll be the first to tell you it's just not true, right? It's really not true. And for me personally, I felt horrible for thinking that way. But I'm going to tell you, nothing could prepare me for what happened to us on our last day in the Czech Republic. So our final day in the Czech Republic, we decided to go to this restaurant that had a really awesome backstory. They actually hired the homeless and they hired recovering addicts. And I think they just basically hired people that haven't gotten a fair shake in life, and they're kind of struggling. They're battling with their inner demons, and that restaurant gave those individuals a second chance. And so that's who actually worked at the restaurant. So really awesome restaurant. I'll link it in the description below. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but the food was amazing. So the reason why we went here is because we wanted to try some really great goulash and svičkova, which obviously those are two great dishes found in the Czech Republic, and the food was amazing. But guys, what happened next really, really, really stunned me. So while we were eating, big restaurant, by the way, like, it was kind of in the earlier portion of the morning. There was one other family that was sitting behind us, and they had a younger daughter. We have a son. He's approaching 18 months now, but he was a lot younger then, obviously. And he likes to run around and explore restaurants whenever we go to eat. He's just a very adventurous little kid. So the family behind us, they were really, really nice. They ended up entertaining our kid. Their daughter ended up playing with our son. Their daughter was a little bit older. Yeah, so time came for us to finally pay and leave. And sorry, this part always kind of gets me. This is kind of why I've been dreading this story. So right as we were leaving the restaurant, their daughter had all these different toys to play with, and right as we were leaving, the little girl gave a toy to my son, and for me, it just, I thought she was just giving it to him so he could play with temporarily, but the parents actually confirmed that, hey, we want to give this to your son. We appreciate you guys. We want you guys to have this. Welcome to the Czech Republic. Thanks for being here. We don't know you, but we want to give this to you as a sign of our appreciation for you. So at this point, like, I almost couldn't hold it together, right? Because you, at least for me personally, I never really see stuff like that at all. And yeah, it blew my mind. And so, they gave my son the toy car. It stunned me. I couldn't believe it. And I feel like such an idiot because I didn't get that family's information, because you need people like that in your life that are friendly and open-minded and kind. And I'm kicking myself. I'm kicking myself so much because I had thought such bad and negative things about the Czech Republic, and I had been concocting these horrible scenarios in my head of things that would happen to us while we were there. And it was just wrong. I feel like such an idiot. I feel like such a clown. I feel like such a judgmental person. And honestly, the fact that I fell for, the narratives that have been presented to me coming from the US, I feel like such a dunce for falling for it, because our time in the Czech Republic was amazing. It was really, really amazing, guys. And so to the people of the Czech Republic and in Prague and in Eastern Europe, we went to Hungary as well, and it was equally as good as the Czech Republic was. I just want to apologize. And I think we can all learn that it's never okay to have preconceived notions of people, of food, of places, of things that you don't know anything about, places that you haven't been, things that you haven't seen. And the crazy thing is, me as an individual, I'm always that person preaching, don't judge a book by its cover. Don't think this about me before you meet me, and the fact that I went in there with such closed-mindedness, like, I feel awful, guys. So that's why it's taken me so long to make this video, because I fucked up so bad, and I've been personally paying for it ever since this trip, because I had the best time in my life there with my family. So to the people of the Czech Republic, like, thank you guys for being amazing. We met nothing but great people while we were there, right? There was no mean people, there was no violence, there was no rampant crime, the weather was great, and plus it was just a really beautiful, beautiful place. And so I kick myself daily for being so close-minded. And look, I'm the furthest thing from perfect, I promise you. And I'm still learning and I'm still growing, but I just wanted to let you guys know that your humble narrator really fucked this one up big time, and I've been paying for it every day. So if you guys learn anything from this video, just always keep an open mind. And frankly, if somebody is wanting you to visit a place that you're very unsure of, or you don't know too much about it, just go for it. Because like me, the person that made those judgments and believed the things that he was told about this place, all of that stuff ended up being lies, untrue, it was fake, and it just wasn't real, right? And like I say, you will always learn better by traveling and meeting new people than you will actually listening to what somebody has to say, right? Because, for example, where I'm from in South Florida, somebody could say, oh man, South Florida is the safest, nicest place that I've ever been. But me actually being from there and knowing the truth about it and actually, growing up there, I know that that is very untrue, right? And so, yeah, I just, I don't know. I've been rendered speechless. If you are from the Czech Republic and you're watching this, like, please, if you ever see us there, don't be afraid to say hi to us. Don't be afraid to come up to us. We have my level of appreciation for the Czech Republic has grown exponentially, right? You almost can't even put a number or a sum on it at all whatsoever, because for me, it's like home, right? When we were there, I felt like I was at home, and it was such an amazing place. Learned so much while we were there. We had so much fun, and I'm really hoping we can go for one of the Christmas markets, because that'll just be another opportunity to be in the Czech Republic. And I know some people in the comments are going to be like, well, Trey, that's not the real Czech Republic. You know, step outside of Prague, you know, go to Pilsen and go to the real Czech Republic. You know, tell me where to go in the Czech Republic and I will go. It's really not too far from us. I love the food. I love the culture. I love the atmosphere. There's an energy found in the Czech Republic that is really unlike anything that I have seen in the rest of Europe that we have been to. And so obviously there's a lot of places that we haven't been in Europe, but the energy was truly infectious there. And I think that's what shocked me and surprised me the most. And yeah, to the people of the Czech Republic, you guys are really lucky to live there. It's an amazing country. There's so much to do and see there. And, you know, this is coming from a guy that's from Florida, right? The tourist capital of the world. I would always go to the Czech Republic first before I went to Florida, right? So, yeah. So, yeah, thank you guys for listening to my story. You know, I know it was a little bit of a longer one, but just a couple of things I want to leave you guys with. You know, don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge a place until you've actually stepped foot there and seen the place with your own two eyes. Don't eat yellow snow. Don't run with scissors in your hand. You know, the usual. As always, thank you guys for the continued love and support. Thank you. Mahalo for watching.